So finding your comfortable seat, landing here together in this space today. Making sure you have everything you need nearby. And then just landing and finding presence in this moment. Letting go of anything that came before this morning or today. Noticing your breath. Maybe scanning your body and noticing how you feel as we begin practice. Again, as always, no judgment, just noticing, taking inventory, and then letting go, moving on. And as we start to bring some focus to our breath, maybe first setting an intention for yourself for practice today. Thinking for a moment of what is something you would like to invite more of into your life in this moment today. And that can be anything. So reflect for a moment. Think of something you would like to bring into existence for you yourself in greater abundance, and set that as your intention. And today, again, we're going to be focusing on self and having compassion for ourselves. So bringing that focus of your intention to something for you. Which, if you're anything like me, is not always easy to do. It's easier to focus on others and doing things for others and wanting positive things for others, but so important to take care of ourselves too, and to reflect on what we can bring into abundance for ourselves. And of course, to have compassion for ourselves. Because in doing that, that connects us with others as well. So holding on to that intention, maybe saying it to yourself, and then starting to bring more intention to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, filling belly, filling chest, really deeply breathing, filling your whole being with that breath, pausing for a moment, and then opening your mouth and letting it all out with a sigh. Again, inhaling, filling yourself up, pausing, opening your mouth, and then letting it out with a sigh. This time in the same way, but breathe in, same way, fill belly, fill chest, pause, closing your mouth, and exhaling through the nose this time. And again, inhaling, filling yourself up, nourishing breath, pause at the top, and exhaling through the nose. And one more time in that way, inhaling through the nose, pause, exhale. And now we'll try a pause on each side. So we're going to do a 4 count to each. So we inhale to a count of 4, we'll pause, 4, exhale 4, and then we'll pause for again. So together we start inhaling, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. And again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. And then of course, inhale again and coming back to a natural inhale and exhale. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, and just finding the rate of breath that feels comfortable and natural for you in this moment. Making sure to inhale deeply, inhaling that breath so it completely fills you, expands your belly, feeling your chest rise. So that very nourishing deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And then we start to invite in movement with our breath. So together on your next inhale, inhaling your arms up overhead, nice and tall, and exhaling to heart center. Again, inhaling up and exhaling, heart center. Inhaling up, exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do 2 more in this way. Inhaling up, nice and tall, tall spine. Exhale, heart center. Inhaling up, exhale, heart center. And again, we inhale up and then we twist to the right and come into our twist. So left hand to right knee, right hand grabs the chair behind you or the mat behind you, kind of props you up. Inhaling to lengthen the spine, and then on the exhale, focusing on the twist. And you can invite your eyes over the back shoulder, but if that feels like too much of a twist for today, then you can just keep your head forward. And then we inhale our arms up to center and take it to the other side. So twisting to the left, right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale to twist. Again, head can look over your back shoulder. But if that feels like too much on your neck, then just keeping the head forward. Inhaling back up, arms overhead, And then dropping that right hand down to the mat and taking a side curve. So reaching your left hand over, your right hand is just on the mat, doing a side stretch. Lifting up through the spine and then curving. Inhaling back up to center. And then other side, so dropping that left hand to the mat or your chair, and then coming to a curve. Again, focusing on lengthening the spine and then curving over. And then coming back to center and releasing. Some rolls of the shoulder back, up and down the spine. So circles, your shoulders backwards. And then switching gears and bringing them forwards. And some circles with the wrists, one direction. Then the other direction. Nice and warming up. And maybe some circles with the body, holding onto your knees and just rolling around in one direction. Coming back up to center and then going in the other direction. And then coming back, centering self, sitting nice and tall, nice deep breath in and out. And then taking your time to come to tabletop position. So swinging around, bringing your hands below your shoulders, knees below hips. If you're on your chair, rooting your feet evenly into the ground. And starting with our cat-cow pose. And so if you're seated, having your hands on your knees, and on our inhale, we really open up, drop belly, raise your chest, raise hips. And then on your exhale, arch that back. Really nice stretch here at the back. Inhale, dropping belly. And flowing in this way, cat and cow, with your own breath. Checking in, making sure you're keeping your shoulders above your wrists, hips above knees, and really the flowing is through your spine. And then you can bring in other movements if you like, circles, figure eights, maybe some side-to-side curves. This movement always feels really good after being behind a computer all week. And as a seated pose, with your feet on your ground, hands on your knees, this is something you can take a little break during the day and do some curves, just right seated at your desk, just to keep yourself open and not feeling stiff. And then when you're ready, landing, Back to your tabletop, nice and straight. And then we'll come to our balances. So from here, bringing up our right hand forward, left leg comes back, maybe landing on toes here. Maybe that leg comes up. Staying connected to breath, inhale and exhale. And landing. And other side, left arm, right leg. Maybe the leg lifts there. And landing. First side again, so right arm, left leg. And one of the most important things to practice in yoga and why we move is to practice staying connected to the breath when we do challenging things. And then release. So always remembering to keep breathing. Other side, left arm, right leg. And when we practice in controlled ways like this, then we have access to that skill when hard stuff happens in real life. Release. Because sometimes it's the challenging poses that we tend to hold onto our breath and forget to breathe. So first side again. And then if you want, crunch, bringing elbow to knee. Lengthening back up. And landing. And then other side. Maybe the crunch. Elbow to knee underneath you. Straightening back up. Remembering to breathe. And then landing. And from here, pushing back into your child's pose. Taking a moment of relaxation. Maybe focusing again on that intention you set for today. Repeating it to yourself. Inviting it in with your inhale. Allowing yourself compassion and know that it is okay and it is important to offer the compassion to yourself that it's sometimes so easy to offer to others, but can be harder to give ourselves that grace. And then as you're ready, rising back up to our table. Opening up our shoulders through our thread the needle. And again, for this, we'll flow 3 times, flow 2 times and land the 3rd time. And if you're in your chair, you can always invite your arm across your body and give yourself a big hug to do the same stretch. So to start, we'll start with the right arm, inhaling the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, flow it through. Inhaling up. Exhale through. Inhaling up. Exhale through, and then you can land shoulder and cheek to the mat. And if you wish, you can try inviting that left arm around to your lower back, wrapping around that way. And if that doesn't feel good today, just keeping that left hand right on the mat next to you. Staying connected to breath. And then when you are ready, inhaling that right arm back up to the sky and landing it. And then we bring it to the other side. So inhaling left arm up, exhale, threading it through. Inhaling left arm up, exhale, threading it through. Inhale, left arm up, exhale, threading, landing. And if it feels good today, maybe wrapping that right arm around, landing on your lower back. Staying here, connecting to breath. Maybe invite in your intention here. Then when you're ready, unwrapping that right hand, landing it on the mat. Inhaling left arm up to the sky and landing. And then pushing back into another child's pose. Reconnecting with breath. Your inhale and exhale. And one more, inhale and exhale. And then coming back up. And as you're ready, making your way to a standing position at the top of your mat. So we all find our way up to standing. Taking your time to get there. And then taking the time to root yourself. So landing, rooting through your feet, maybe flowing side to side a bit, front to back, so you can really feel all parts of your feet and feel and notice them connecting to the mat and building from the ground up, a nice strong position, activating your lower legs, activating your upper legs, thinking about pulling your legs up into your hips, pulling your belly button towards your spine, shoulders up and back down your spine, and then ready. And from this strong position, we will flow together. So inhaling, our arms reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, folding forward. Exhale to lift part way, hands land on thighs or on shins. Here we're looking forward, down at the floor just ahead of our mat. Nice straight back. Then on your next exhale, folding forward again, pulling belly in. Inhale, rising tall, reaching up. Exhale, heart center. And again, we continue to flow in this way. So inhaling up, reaching tall. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to rise. And exhale, hands to heart center. And one more time together, inhaling up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. And here, reconnecting with your breath. Inhale and exhale. And one more, inhale and exhale. And then releasing your hands, maybe bringing them to your hips. We'll come into our warrior series. So from the top of your mat, stepping back, first with your right foot. And setting yourself up in warrior one. So back foot at an angle, front foot, toes facing forward. Finding a nice distance between your legs, then both hips face forward. And back leg is straight, front leg is bent. And then when you feel like you're in a good, stable position, and again, you can always have your chair or something right next to you to hold on to. Then when you feel ready, inhaling arms up. Staying connected to breath. Inhale and exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. And then opening up to warrior two. So here, back arm is straight back, front arm is forward. Maybe checking that back arm, make sure it's nice and straight out of your shoulder. And both of the hips now are facing to the side. And when you're ready, your eyes look over that front middle finger. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Your body is straight up. And your eyes are forward. And then flipping that front hand, we reach up and back, dropping your back arm, reversing the warrior. And inhale brings us back up to warrior two. Nice inhale here and exhale. And then side angle. So bringing that forearm to the thigh and then inhaling your top arm up over the ear. You have a nice long line here. Staying connected to breath, making sure you're breathing. And then the inhale draws you back up, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, hands to hips, and then step back to the top of your mat. Be dropping the arms for a minute. Inhale and exhale. Great job. Nice strong series there. And of course, we'll do it on our other side. So from the top of your mat, stepping back this time with your left leg, setting yourself up. And a nice angle on the back leg, what feels good for you. Front foot, the feet face forward. Bend in the front leg, back leg straight, both hips forward. And then once you're set up and you feel good, inhaling those arms up, warrior one. Staying connected to breath, inhale and exhale. Let's do one more, inhale and exhale. Then opening up, warrior two. Adjust if you need to. Back arm is back, front arm is forward, eyes over that front middle finger. Front leg bent, back leg straight. Inhale and exhale. And then flipping that front hand, dropping the back, reversing our warrior. Inhale draws you back up to warrior two. And then forearm to thigh, our side angle, inhaling that arm up and over. Inhale draws you back up to warrior two. Inhale here, exhale, hands to hips, step back up to the top of the mat. Releasing hands, nice big inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Maybe wiggle out the legs and the arms a little bit. Great work. It's a challenging and strong series. Now taking a breath, and next we'll come into our balancing series, which we have a little real series going now for this too. So again, having a chair nearby in front or on the side can be helpful, or being near a wall in case you need it. But we'll start with our tree pose. Rooting through the left, lightness in the right. Come to wherever your tree is going to land today. And where it can be kickstand, lower leg, upper leg. Hands to heart center. Your tree wobbles, come back in. You can always have a hand on the chair. Maybe arms come up. You fall out, come back in. And then hands through heart center and release. And of course we come to the other side. So rooting through the right, lightness in the left. Come to where you land today. Hands to heart center. Maybe grow it up. And back through heart center and release. Taking a nice inhale and exhale. And then we will do our new series, which we've been doing the past couple weeks. So again, having a balance nearby can be helpful. But we start by, we'll root again through the left leg, inviting lightness to the right. So bringing that right knee up, and you can either hold on to the knee or you can have your hands on your hips or by the side. And then opening it out to the side. Coming back through center. And then from here, coming into our airplane. So kicking that leg back, bringing your body forward, and your arms are out to the side like airplane wings. So your body's kind of like a T. Your top body is going forward. Your foot is coming, your leg is coming straight out back. And your arms are out to the sides like airplane wings. And then when you're ready, landing back, both feet to the ground. Inhale and exhale. Maybe a little wiggle. And then we bring that to the other side. So inhaling up, left leg, left knee. And the knee comes out to the side. Knee comes back to center. And then it flies back. Arms out for airplane wings. And then when you're ready, coming back in for landing, landing both feet together. Taking an inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Great job. And then as you're ready, taking your time to come to your seat. So seated on your chair or on your mat. And to begin, bringing our legs straight out in front, our body straight. And our forward fold. So if you have your towel or your strap, you can bring that around your feet and use that to support you. And remember, starting really tall, straight spine and leading with the chest. So coming forward with as straight a back as you can. So it may not be very far, but you're absolutely doing it right. So holding on to that strap, straight back, closing your eyes if that feels comfortable. And then just resting here in this pose. Allowing yourself to open and fold forward. And staying connected to your breath. And then as you're ready, on an inhale, dropping your head and rolling up, straightening up your back with your head being the last thing to come up. Nice and tall. And then coming to either crisscross applesauce or the soles of your feet together. In a seated position, nice tall spine. And we are going to practice our arms, our arm twist, the eagle arms. So inhaling, arms up, and then exhaling, your arms come down, your right arm goes under your left, and you can try wrapping all the way around, or you can bring back of the palm to back of the palm. Or if that feels like too much, twist, you can bring your elbows together and then your hands together in front of you like this. And staying connected to your breath, lifting your elbows up so you don't want them hanging way down. See if you can kind of lift the elbows up towards shoulders level. in whatever kind of version of this twist you're doing. And then when you're ready, unwrapping, arms come back up to reach tall, and then wrapping up the other way. So bringing left arm under right, either wrapping around or palm to palm, or back of palm to back of palm. And then again, remember trying to keep the elbows up so they are like a shoulder height. And then releasing them up, reaching tall, and then landing hands. Taking a deep breath here, inhale and exhale. And then swinging your legs around and coming to lie down on the mat. And just taking a moment to rest here, maybe. Nice inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Let's do a couple lower back arches or mini bridges. So on an inhale, we'll push into our feet and just roll up a little bit. And if you're seated in a chair, you can just do this by arching your lower back forward and then back. So inhaling, we push into our feet and just press our hips up. And then exhale, bow back down. Inhale, push into feet, roll hips up. Exhale, back down. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, back down. And 1 more. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, back down. And maybe take a moment, kind of windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then landing back, feet on ground, knees pointed up to the ceiling, bringing that right ankle up over left leg. We know this one, landing here. Or wrapping around and inviting both legs towards your chest, both feet flexed. In the chair, you can have your left foot on the ground and your right ankle resting on your thigh, or you can wrap at the knees like that. And then releasing, hugging both your knees in. Nice big hug to the chest. And then landing both feet on the mat. Left foot comes up and over right. Landing here. Or wrapping around, inviting in. Both feet flexed.
And then as you're ready, releasing, hugging in, maybe a little rock side to side, or some circles with your knees, one direction, other direction. And then from here, excuse me, landing your feet, and we're gonna come into our waterfall pose or legs up the wall. So if you want, you can get your props, blocks or pillows. And if you take a prop, start with your feet on the mat, knees up, pressing your feet into the ground, lift your hips, put that prop underneath there, lower hips back down, and then invite your feet up. Remembering to breathe. And as you're ready, lowering down. If you have a prop, landing your feet on the mat, pushing in your feet to lift your hips, pulling the prop out, and then landing hips back down. Maybe taking a moment to bring soles of the feet together, let your knees fall out. Connecting to breath. And then when you're ready, pulling knees back together, maybe using your hands and hugging knees into chest. And then from here, dropping both knees to the right side. And again, you can put a pillow under your knees. You can try putting a pillow between your two legs and then dropping them down. Arms come out like a T, so straight out from your shoulders. And then if you want a little more twist, you can bring your eyes to look over the opposite shoulder. So if your knees are going to the right, turn your head towards the left. And then bringing these back in through center and then dropping them to the other side. Arms still in a T. Maybe bringing your head in the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, hugging knees back into center, really giving yourself a big hug. Maybe rocking side to side or doing some circles with your knees, holding on your knees and going circles in one direction. And then circles in another direction. And then maybe another big hug. And then opposite of that, a big stretch, arms overhead, feet straight out. And then we're gonna come into our final pose. So if there's any final movement you wanna do, but we're gonna have a nice, long, restorative meditation time today. So it might be worth doing the restorative props if you like that, getting a pile of pillows or a bolster, bringing them behind you to your hips, and then laying back on that and taking the time to set it up so it feels good, moving things around. Maybe some blocks under one of the props to bring that up higher. So play around a little bit and find something that feels really good. And once you find that comfortable spot, lying down, or a nice comfortable seated position, just relax into that. Maybe cover yourself up with a blanket if that feels good, or throw a sweatshirt on or over you. Just get really comfortable. Feet fall open, arms rest comfortably, maybe palms up. Palms up shows that you're receptive to energy and that you are inviting in. And again, today we're focusing on self, so maybe having those palms up and open, being receptive. If it feels comfortable, closing your eyes, coming to relax. And really taking a position of relaxed awareness. Begin to connect with your own body and the larger body, Earth, holding you. Bring awareness to the breath moving through your body, entering and exiting as the breath joins with the larger element of air. Air moving in and through, air moving out. Take a few moments to rest and savor the presence of the earth and the air, always with you. Next, invite in a trio of protection to surround you. You might imagine a benefactor sitting right behind you, someone who is there for you with wise guidance. On the right of you is someone you deeply care for. On your left is a younger, more innocent version of yourself. Imagine them sitting close enough for you to feel their warmth and care, as if their presence were wrapping around you in a warm blanket. Allow every cell in your body to be bathed by the compassion as you thank them for being with you. Feel the warmth from the earth and the mutual regard flowing between the four of you.
Bring your mind to an aspect of yourself that needs your compassion. Maybe a part of you that has been suffering directly or that has been impacted by racial harm. Allow it to reveal itself naturally. This aspect of yourself may be clear or vague, younger or older, past or present. It does not matter. Gently invite it to come close, to sit before you, and to join your trio of protection. Allow yourself to be touched by its presence. Welcome it, saying, I care, I care. And ask it to tell you its story. For example, it may want to tell you how and why it feels ashamed, enraged, numb, lonely, abandoned, clueless, in hiding, sad, anxious, indifferent, wounded, determined, punishing, weary, or afraid. Listen with your entire body as you feel the support of Mother Earth beneath you and your trio of protection surrounding you. Breathing into the center of your chest, allow yourself to be touched by the suffering you are experiencing. Feel the heat, the darkness, the heaviness, the sharpness, sadness, stuckness, despair, fear, or whatever else is present in your direct experience. Do not be afraid. It won't break your heart. It will open your heart. Breathing out, feel the coolness, the brightness, the lightness. Sense any freshness and relief as you repeat these statements to yourself silently, feeling the good intention behind them. Welcome, dear one. I see your pain. You don't need to be afraid. I will take care of you. I am here. I care about your suffering. I will stay with you. I will breathe with you. It is my wish to care for you wholeheartedly right now for as long as it takes. May you be soothed. May you be healed. I am sorry you have been ignored and kept away. I will stay with you now and care for you. I may not always know how to show you I care, but I am here for you. When you feel deep sorrow, hopelessness, and despair, I will stay with you. I will breathe with you. When it is necessary for you to hide, I will wait patiently by your door. May you be soothed. May you be healed. When you scream and are on fire with rage, I will stay with you until the fire subsides. When you appear hardened and impenetrable, I will stand beside you. May you be soothed. May you be healed. When you share the most humiliating accounts, I will not turn away. I will stay with you. I will breathe with you. May you be soothed. May you be healed. Notice the movements between hearts opening and closing and welcoming both the resistance and its release. Breathe it in through your pores with the wish to relieve pain and fear. Breathe out so that you have more space to linger and rest with ease. Finally, allow this part of you to fade away. Notice the quality of heart and mind that remains, paying particular attention to compassion. Abide in whatever silence, stillness, and solace is present. And then as you're ready, slowly start to bring intention back to your breath. Inviting in a deep intentional inhale and exhale. And inviting in movement to the body. And slowly in your own time, making your way back to where we began in a comfortable seated position. Perhaps rolling to the side and pushing aside any props, bolsters, blocks. Maybe resting there a moment and then coming up to join together, seated. And we end as we began practice together, seated, closing with 2 breaths. Inhaling, hands to heart center. Together we inhale and exhale. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Thank you all for your presence today. Please continue to carry the compassion for yourself with you throughout the day and the weekend ahead. Namaste.
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 Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
That was great.